It's -7, Gable. I'd appreciate you being on time if I can't use the station's high-gain antennas to take a satellite call from inside where it is warm.
Ah, yes, difficult, certainly, but not possible. The trick, my dear Marlowe, is to remove the unnecessary witnesses. No pass-throughs, no digital breadcrumbs, no curious intermediaries peering through the keyhole. Just a whisper carried directly to the satellite. Cleaner, safer. I received your message, of course, and the photographs, the map, and Dr. Lawrence Wainwright's delightfully macabre little bedtime story. Fun.
Okay. And let's make this fast, please. 10 more minutes, I'm gonna have problems stealing my kneecaps or my soul.
You were quite right, Marlowe. The map is not merely a map, it is a confession. A breadcrumb left in the snow for someone patient enough to notice it hadn't yet melted. It's a reproduction of a hand-drawn survey about Erebus, dated 1912. The printed name, F. Debham, Frank Debham, Australian geographer, one of the early cartographers of the Antarctic Soul. He traveled with Captain Robert Falcon Scott, still the most glorious defiant names ever frozen into history. The very Scott your station pretends to honor. Now, the handwriting along the right margin, the initials MT, not Mountain, Mason Trueblood, a name so theatrical it borders on suspicious. He guided the McMurdo rescue team into Wainwright's account, the man who found the atmospheric scientist imprisoned in the cave in 2015. I compared your photograph with the archive sample of Trueblood's writing, and it is a flawless match. It is unmistakable as a fingerprint on glass.
Meaning, if the story from Wainwright was accurate, and the dead body from 7 years earlier was Dr. Lucase's assistant, Jonathan Westcott, in the ice cave,
then we would be standing at the threshold of something rather extraordinary. Proof that Westcott not only possessed Tesla's journal, but chose to bury it in that same frozen tomb that claimed his life, or somewhere deliciously close to it.
I'll have Mr. Kelly pull the rest of the NSF personnel records from the researchers. See if you can get them to pinpoint the location of that cave on the map.
Oh, don't trouble. Poor Mr. Kelly. I already know precisely where they are. 6 feet down, each and every one of them.
All 5? That's a hell of a coincidence.
Yes. Between 2016 and 2017, destiny, or perhaps a far more deliberate hand, demonstrated a rather poetic efficiency. 2 died in separate automobile accidents. One was crushed by a drunk driver, the other raced by a hit and run. One drowned in his own swimming pool, marinated in poor judgment. One succumbed to heroin, and the last, a massive stroke. 5 lives extinguished with unsettling symmetry. Coincidences, as you know, are merely secrets waiting to confess.
No, that makes no sense. If DARPA or Bolo are looking for the journal, they would want to pump the researchers for location, not kill them. That location would be lost then.
That assumes they knew where the cave was. Picture it. The Southern Light storm raging like a cathedral of chaos. They would be GPS blind, no stars to guide them, and a violent ice system tearing across the landscape. And navigation would require not science, but faith, I guess. And frankly, it borders on miraculous that Trueblood managed to chart anything at all.
Wait, what about the 3 members of the rescue team? Were they killed as well?
They were obscured. Not hidden. Obscured. As if someone carefully brushed away their footprints after they passed. It required time, persuasion, and a few conversations with people who prefer not to be spoken about. 2 are dead, including your map maker, Mr. Trueblood. The final member, the medical technician, has vanished entirely. No records beyond 2017. She didn't run. She didn't hide. She simply stepped off the page. An outdoors woman, survivalist, precisely the sort drawn to McMurdo, precisely the sort capable of disappearing without drama, without noise, without regret.
All right. Okay. So, what do we have? Let's bottom line this, okay? We know Lukasik was in possession of the journal. Yeah. It's strongly possible he had it with him during the Amundsen Scott dedication. Notes indicate he was handed off to somebody on Palmer Station later that trip. The boat they were on was damaged, and his assistant Westcott secured the journal with him on the lifeboat. Lifeboat drifts to the sea, washes up on Ross Island near Erebus.
I've uncovered whispers from sources that would object violently to being called sources that both DARPA and Bolo rushed assets to Palmer that same summer. They arrived the very day the Polarstern did Let's Lukasik's ship. But both sides cloaked themselves as harmless tourists, drifting under the charming illusion of cruise passengers. Neither report claimed success. Quite the opposite. They stayed Lukasik and his team departed abruptly, forced onto the cruise ship back to New Zealand under emergency conditions. They never set foot on Palmer. The transfer never happened. The journal remained unaccounted for.
All right, okay, but maybe Lukasik or one of the other assistants had their journal with them, rather than Jonathan Westcott.
The DARPA operative, upon discovering Bolo had inserted a competing asset, and after resolving the inconvenience with terminal efficiency, searched each researcher's cabin while they were away. The journal was not among their possessions. Not hidden, not misplaced, absent.
So, they assume it went overboard with Westcott when the Polarstern had to be evacuated. The rescue team and the researchers never included the body they found in the cave in the official accounts. So there's no reason to question the assumption. But the question still remains. Why kill the researchers and the rescue team?
A far more troubling puzzle remains. Time itself appears unwilling to cooperate. Your station opened in 2008. The older station where you discovered the frame map was officially decommissioned in 2009, erased from memory, removed from the ice like a body from a crime scene. And yet, True Blood's annotations were written in 2015 and discovered by you only now. So tell me, Marlowe, how does a map, not yet written, find its way framed inside a building the world believes no longer exists? Time rarely lies, but people do.
Okay. Right. You got me there. Okay, what about the last member of the rescue party? The Miss Off the Radar lady. She may be able to fill in some blanks.
I am searching, but she is disciplined, intelligent. The sort of query that rewards patience, and this may take some time. Unless Fortune grows bored and decides to entertain us.
Even when travel is possible, after the summer season starts, there are over 100 known ice caves on Erebus. Who knows how many not charted? The map doesn't say which cave is the right one. And like you said, GPS tracking wasn't working at the time. All we have are those handwritten notes from True Blood on the side.
My security window has just begun to close, and I find I dislike being watched. I must go, Marlowe. I'm uploading new encryption protocols and phrases for our next exchange. Oh, and Marlowe, you have done something rather remarkable.
What's that?
You managed to impress me. Excellent work, Marshal.
Sup, lawman? Just talking about the latest country to get booted out by your boy Campbell. Oh, not my boy. Didn't vote for the man, won't vote for the man. Armenia, heard about that on ICE FM this morning. and home country of the man who shot me on McMurdo last season.
Did that, become the reason they had to bounce Pop a new one?
It was factored in, yes, but more recently it was the intercepted communications between Armenia and Sudan, who were kicked out last season as well, that caused alarm and resulted in the expulsion. Hey, you.
Hey, you. How'd your follow-up meeting go?
Good. More or less as planned. I think I found my final marshal for Palmer Station.
Jiminy Cricket, that's my favorite too.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the kid finally found somebody he's into. From what I've seen, she may be into him too. Wait, Mr. Kelly and Dr. Lorenz, they're,
No, we're not positive. As far as I know, there haven't been any reports about smoochy-woochies or cuddle-waddles, but it's the very popular opinion right now.
Woochie Woochies and Cuddle Waddle. Are we in junior high again?
I think it's cute. Very cute. Oh, the two of them make a wonderful couple. It's like our very own Capulets and Montagues. Maybe we'll have two star-crossed lovers.
Well, I hope we don't, if that's the example you use. I don't remember that story in and all that well. Unless my math is off, this is the third meal they've shared together this week.
Your math is spot on the mark, Kansas. For once.
Whoa, I can math alongside the best
Oh,
of
of course, sweetie. Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry. Silly me.
them. He do suck at math, though.
Hey, check it out. We're not the only ones keeping an eye on Tommy and the Bug Doctor.
She has a first name, Doctor. Gemma.
No, Marshall, man, you're the scary government lady over there.
Oh, yeah. From the look on her face, she doesn't approve of our little Romeo courting her Juliet.
No, she has that frown tattooed on her face 10 years ago when I first ran into her. She always looks like that. Operational security is her favorite term. Probably worried Dr. Lorenz will slip up. Well, from what I hear, probably more jealous of Tommy than disapproval or upset. She has a puppy dog crush on Dr. Lorenz, Baz. Highly possible.
You two need to adult it up some. That's nobody's business but hers.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I still feel the same about Joyclyn, no matter what label you slap on her. She is evil incarnate, walking the earth in a size 2 dress. And I ain't judging none. Seem to remember something in my favorite book of all time about not doing that. Praise Jesus. No.
Buenas tardes, Jefe. Hey, we all miss you down in the VMF. Not the same since you ascended to the throne. Maybe one day I'll do the same.
Hey, thanks, Jesus. Missed you too, and appreciate you. One day I will learn. In your name, amen. in any event, Joyclyn needs to be realistic. I mean, she is way too old for Dr. Lorenz. Oh, no, we didn't.
What? Excuse me?
It's in it now, Bass.
Mr. 15 years, the senior of the woman he knocked up.
Look, well, it's not exactly. I love you.
Huh. Call me a romantic, but personally, I believe love knows no boundaries.
Oh, I don't. And Kendra, I mean, it's more like 14 years, not. You are so pretty. So I heard this morning we're getting budget cuts.
Budget cuts?
What?
What?
Man.
Why? We're coming back to this, Bass.
Yeah, had to attend the fiscal year 24 meeting as the head of Munson Scott. The head of finance was there along with the other research divisions and the head of OPP. 3 guesses which U.S. Antarctic station is getting their budget scrutinized the most. First 2 guesses don't count.
Survey says...
And bingo was his name-o. Nothing formal being hit or reduced just yet, but it's coming, y'all. U.S. GAO? Yep.
Who's that? What did we do to harsh their high?
Government Accountability Office, in charge of review and auditing how the government spends their budget. And it seems like our good president isn't just taking political steps, but now financial to hurt us.
What about the academic grants?
No, Kendra. Thomas says that's outside their ability to control. Gonna hit the DeWalt's and Dexters harder than the Beakers. Wonderful. That's just great.
Come on, guys. I thought we all agreed. Only positive chat at the lunch table. Let's leave this for other locations we chat in. Mr. Foot in his mouth over there had a conversation earlier with his new external friend. Wants to fill the whole group in later tonight. The friend he has to talk to while being outside.
Oh, is that about the big thing?
I am so lost right now. What are we talking about?
Yes, about that. Dr. Daubers. Let's just all meet at the barn at 2100 tonight. I will bring everybody up to speed then.
Okay.
And so long as we're sharing great news, and to put even more distance between me and the previous comments, the most wonderful woman in the world, do you want to tell them before Cheryl Lynn finds out? What? We could use some good news.
Well, I had my latest appointment with Catherine yesterday.
Dude, you're having twins?
What? No! Bite your tongue.
Oh.
After the appointment, Catherine and her colleagues back in the world agreed that given the distance, changes in altitude at play, other environmental factors, that it was not advisable to have me flown out that late in the 3rd trimester, so
Oh, no way.
we'll be having the baby on station.
Wow, that's swell news.
Thomas!
Marks!
Thomas!
How do you get over here? How the hell you sit down and nobody hears it? Tommy, now damn it, we talked about this, son. You cannot go sneaking up on people like that, like some damn predator in the Arnold movies.
Gee, I'm awful sorry, everybody. I truly don't mean to startle folks like that. Honest, I don't.
Lunch date go well?
Boy, oh boy, it sure did. Gemma's just about the swellest gal you ever did meet. But, oh gosh, it wasn't anything fancy. We were just sharing a nice lunch together. That's all.
Was it planned in advance, or did one of you happen to see the other sitting down and ask to join?
Oh, I asked her last night if she'd maybe like to have lunch today. I didn't tell her, but I had Miss Alice fix her favorites. Bread pudding and buttered green beans. I just wanted it to be really swell for her.
Yeah, that's gay.
Boys, stop. I'm very happy you have a new friend, Thomas.
Tommy and Bug Doctor sitting in a tree. Ow!
Thank you, Doctor. And I'm happy you'll be staying with us a while longer. I'll get together with Dr. Timms and start planning for the baby. We'll modify 3 of the berths in the B section and make them bigger and extra comfy.
Damn, Tommy, that is a damn good idea. Wish I'd had it.
All right, gentlemen. With that, I have paperwork to finish over in the science lab, so...
See you tonight, sweetheart.
Yep. And we can finish the too young conversation then.
Can't wait.
Recording stopped. Recording started.
U.S. Marshal BASS Marlowe. Nope. Still not used to it. Okay. Today is the 10th of August, 2023, and it is 16:10 hours. The initial setup of my federal district and team continues along, despite the resistance from some avenues, Pennsylvania or otherwise. Item 1, staffing. I've notified USMS leadership and human resources my decision to promote Eric Cord to supervisory deputy marshal. Although he's still determined to stay on the ice, I need somebody who can operate on the northern end of the continent. Deputy Cord has proven himself to me thoroughly, and his record, while not as seasoned as the others, still warrants the advancement. Special Deputy William Culligan, McMurdo Station, is retiring, and it's probably a good thing, as I don't think I've been able to offer him the same bump up the ladder as Cord. Bill's a nice enough guy, but not exactly supervisory deputy marshal material. I've identified a candidate who put in for the job, conducted the interview, and I'm confident she will step up to the role. Monica MacRourke, former Marine Corps captain, tactical operations specialist, and forensic profiler. Once led a black ops unit in Hindu Kush, known for ability to de-escalate armed standoffs or escalate them, depending on the mood. She is unshakable under pressure, speaks 6 languages, and has a stare that could melt icebergs. Other reports say she once tracked and apprehended a fugitive through a monsoon swamped jungle for 72 hours without sleep. Then we have our deputy marshals. Mac will get 4 and Cord 1, not because of anything other than the limited size of Palmer. If the station is truly updated, enhanced, and grows to double current size as the NSF said, which is probably where the funding will need to end up going, then more deputies will be warranted. And before I get into them, I should mention something I've finally come to accept. I was having way too much trouble trying to make my selection. And, well, then it dawned on me. That's not how it works. I had an opening posted in the interagency hiring boards, and not unexpectedly, there was a lot of interest. Over the last month, I must have interviewed over, 100 candidates. The 5 who were being offered the roles weren't chosen by me. Every one of the 5 talked about dreams they've had, about wanting to come down to the ice. Then it dawns on me. The ice makes the selection, not me. Which is also how my gut intuition was proven right in my choice of the prime spot. Chief Deputy Marshal and my replacement to act as primary law enforcement here in charge of others. For the deputies, we have Juniper Slay. Yes, that is her real name. She is the PR-friendly one. Handles interagency diplomacy, plays nice with the NSF, and knows how to kill with a clipboard. 5 years in the field, 5 in the back office, and is a paperwork and red tape cutter. McMurdo Station. Eli Chu, 6 years on the job and has a real humorous shield personality, but he's also dangerously smart. Intuitive and sees patterns no one else does. Helped catalog and hunt down several meth lab operations along the West Coast, determining distribution routes and identifying all the players from the low-level runners to the cooks and even the kingpins who were over the whole operation in Bakersfield. McMurdo Station. Angela Red Caulfield, 14 years as fugitive recovery expert. Has led 12 different operations and holds the current marshal record for a number of fugitives recovered, including several who have been running for decades. She was a former bodyguard in Eastern Europe, has a scar shaped like a question mark and never explains it, and claims she can track people by scent. And no one's really sure if she's joking or not. Palmer Station. Joseph Scout Bear. Grew up off the grid in Montana, a reservation kid. He is 6'6" and built like a linebacker. Played college football, but went into the Marshals instead of the NFL. Rural fugitive recovery specialist who looks like a bouncer and thinks like a chess master. Uses silence the way others use shouting. Rumor has it he once got a kidnapper to confess to location of several kids he abducted. He never raised a hand to him. In fact, he never said a word to him. Just stared at him the whole time. 6 hours, and he was confessing to every crime he ever committed. And the only statement the perp made afterwards was, his eyes. His eyes. He's also a master tracker, he's a naturalist, and loyal to the bone. He's been counseled a few times for his resistance to utilize technology as part of the job. Boy, I hear you, brother. That man hates tech. He once shot a drone for hovering wrong. He doesn't trust electricity, uses a compass and sunstones. He's never been seen using comms, and thinks computers made by the coyote, calls them the tools of the trickster. But he received special commendation last year for single-handedly apprehending 3 armed fugitives using a tarp, a horse, and a decoy snowman. Finally, we have Taj Gunn, the rookie. And Director Davis told me I was foolish picking a green-ass rook as one of my crew, but heaven help me, Chuck. This kid reminds me so much of myself at 23. Bright-eyed, idealistic, fresh out of Glencoe. Head full of steam and ready to make the world a better place, like all of us, before the world crushed the spirit out of us. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna look out for this kid. Make sure he doesn't get himself killed too soon trying to be a hero, or get corrupted by the job. He's already asking too many questions about Antarctica. McMurdo Station. Which leaves my hand-picked successor to take over as Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal. The obvious positional choice for the government to insert their own person to keep tabs on me and what I do. I got an email from the candidate I won a few days ago about an interesting and certain poll they had to head down to Antarctica. And I asked them to speak of the devil and her perfect timing. Hi, Fiona. Hey, so tell me about this dream of yours, and then I have an idea I'd like to run past you.
Wow. Well, you don't typically come to join us for dinner, Agent.
Yeah, and I'm not now, am I? Just passing through. Gotta be somewhere else. Thought I'd nip in, have a quick word.
Sounds serious.
That's what I'm hoping doesn't kick off, for the sake of, certain projects. Like your new best mate, Thomas Kelly.
Tommy? What about him?
Seen you two knocking about. Dead pally, aren't you? Like Den and Angie off the telly, always at it.
Who are Den and Angie? What's this all about, Agent Fowler?
I'm concerned, Gemma. Proper concerned, like. You and him spending all that time together, it's dead easy to let something slip, even by accident, yeah? Bit of chat turns into a security breach before you can say bacon buddy.
I'm sorry, are you trying to say that you disapprove of my personal associations and whom I wish to spend my free time with?
I'm saying it's who you're knocking round with that got me brows in orbit. Kelly's tight with Marshmallow's lot. Right gang of gobshites, always sticking their noses where they shouldn't, always asking questions about stuff that ain't their business. Makes me skin crawl, that kind of carry on.
You're being more confusing than usual. Have you been drinking?
I'm not on the clock, love. This here isn't official business, and I'm working real hard to make sure it don't go that way. This here is just friendly advice from one woman to another. Watch who you choose as confidants.
Maybe we should get you some coffee and you can have a seat and tell me what specifically your concerns are.
I see chopped onion and breadcrumbs, all right, but this mystery meatloaf ingredient smell is going to drive me batty. Agent Fowler? I often see you at the table during dinner.
Having a private chat with Dr. Lorenz here, but by all means, lads, do sit.
I was just saying Joyclyn should have a cup of coffee and join us. Relax a bit.
Relax? Agent Fowler? Not words I think I've ever heard strung together.
Yes, strung is the operative word here.
Oh. I think that's celery. Not positive. I grabbed a mug myself in the line. Please take mine. Black with nothing in it.
You actually sat down. You never sit with us.
Get off it already.
Is it a good idea to iris up that coffee at the moment, Agent?
Get off my arse, Dad. After 3 combat deployments, I assure you I can handle my mug. Won't get in my drink.
The agent here was just talking about ensuring the security and integrity of projects.
Projects and other integrity?
Not sure I understand. Kosher or sea salt? I honestly can't tell.
Look, it's nothing. What's this I hear about budget cuts?
Okay. Well, I heard after our departmental progress meeting that Mr. Bustamante had a call with the purse string holders in the Office of Polar Projects. It sounds like they intend to trim some economic spend and fat on the contractor side of the station.
I know that reporter who was on station last season caused something of a stir, asking about all the funding the station receives. I wonder if that had any impact.
Yeah. Agent Fowler, you hear anything about budget reductions?
Couldn't care less, so as long as it doesn't cause waves down below.
You really should slow down a bit, Agent.
Look, I came in here to warn you about Kelly, about how dangerous it may be getting into a relationship. Now I'm gonna finish my cuppa here, and fuck off.
All right.
Like I told you, Tommy and I are just friends. He's not pumping me for information.
Best not be pumping you at all if he knows what's good for him.
Okay, now, Agent, that is not called for.
Look, Joyclyn, I can assure you, the only thing we talk about are movies we've seen, our families back home, bugs and Excel formulas, current events on station like Gladys's banjo playing, or how Dr. Jennings will actually be having the baby on station.
Enough! I don't want to hear another bloody word about banjos or bugs or Marshmallow's stupid baby! I'm tired of it all! Just keep your gobs shut, the lot of you!
You know, I think this may actually be lasagna.
Hey!
Oh!
Joyclyn, you all right?
No, I'm not fucking alright, you get. We have a scheduled session for now. Thought I'd grace you with my presence. Consider yourself lucky. So I'm here. Let's just do this so I can go on with this miserable assignment. And stay out of me head!
All right. Let's just calm down a little bit. Go ahead and sit down, and I'll get the door.
I'll stand.
You've been drinking, Joyclyn.
Do I look arsed?
Well, you do have coffee stains on your pants. Pretty wet, too.
I got mad. Threw my cup at the ground. It were a crap mug anyway.
Oh, I don't know. Coffee isn't that bad. Certainly not bad enough to need to pour whiskey into it.
Oh, here we go. The lecture. The well-meaning therapist talk. Oh, should I sit cross-legged, tell you about me childhood next, how Dad never gave me enough attention, or how I fried ants with a magnifying glass when I was young?
Sit however you like, or don't. Up to you, really.
You don't scare easy, do you?
Not much left that does.
Figures. Look, I just came down because I said I would. Doesn't mean I've got anything to say.
That's fine. I've got the time. You've been agitated for months. If I remember correctly, I noticed the shift right after the run-in with Bass in the gym. That sound about right to you?
I don't even remember what was said. Not really. Lots of shouting, bit of posturing, standard post-shift bollocks.
I believe you said he told you you'd die alone.
Well, that's just Marlowe being dramatic. He loves his big pronouncements. Makes him feel like Clint Eastwood.
And did it feel dramatic?
I didn't come here to talk about Marshmallow.
Fair enough. Why don't you tell me what just happened? What got you this upset?
I stopped by the mess to talk to Lorenz. They noticed me drinking and tried to get me to sit, have a cuppa. They drone on and on and on about nonsense and twaddle about Marlowe's bird being preggers. For a research station built on serious science endeavors, there's a lot of rubbish being bandied about.
So you came right here after hearing Kendra's having a baby.
So?
So, that's twice in 1 hour your mind's gone to people who have something you think you don't.
What's your angle, Doc? You trying to squeeze some textbook grief out of me?
No, I'm trying to understand why a woman with elite psychological resistance training, capable of shutting down entire rooms with a look, just exploded in a public space over discussion about pregnancy.
You think this is about a baby?
I can't really be sure, no. I think it's about loss. I just don't know what exactly you think you've lost.
When Bass said that, well, he said, it didn't hit me straight away. I thought I was above it. Thought, you don't need people, Joss. You've got the mission, the purpose. You don't go soft. Not now. Not here.
And
I went back to my bunk that night and I just sat there. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Not because I was upset. Not like that. I just felt hollow. Like there was nothing left.
it sounds like panic.
No, it wasn't panic. I've had panic. Panic's loud. This was quiet. Like if every room inside me had just emptied out. He weren't wrong, you know. I will die alone. Who'd stop it? There's no one waiting. No one checking in. I made sure of that. Burnt every bridge I had just to feel in control.
Why? Why do that?
Because if you don't get close, you don't get hurt. That's the rule. That's the job. Get attached, you get sloppy. You hesitate.
I see. And now?
Now I don't know what the hell I am without the job. Without the walls. They used to feel like armor. Now they feel suffocating, like a coffin.
Sounds like it's not just the loneliness, it's that you can't turn it off anymore. Your training, the vigilance, it's leaking into the parts of you it wasn't supposed to reach.
You know what's mad? I'm not scared of dying. I never have been. I'm scared of not mattering or being forgotten before I've even gone.
Well, then you have a choice. Keep people out and you will disappear. Or let someone in, just one, and maybe that changes.
I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't know how to be that person.
Good. Then there's no wrong way to try. Joyclyn, I'm here to help you with that journey if you'd like. Be a guide to help you widen that first crack in the armor you forgot how to take off when not needed. We couldn't hear everything that was being said, but something set her off like a Klingon seeing a tribble.
Like, she was not chill at all. She was fuming. Steam coming out of her ears and everything. Like a cartoon when they eat something spicy, man.
Well, what did she say, exactly? Let's see. Stop playing banjos and don't bug me about that bastard bass. Baby, I think there was a lot of bees.
Wait, bees? I do not remember any bees!
No, Lebowski. Not insect bees. The letter B. She said words starting with... You know what? Never mind. I'll start looking into it after we're done here. Connect with Miss Alice and anybody who was there. Get something formal down about that incident. It's okay, Zeke. Everything is in control.
Yous was there too?
No, I wasn't, but I spoke with her afterwards. It's nothing I can go into because of confidentiality, but there is no need for concern.
Is she going to come after me or the baby?
I'll put a round through her before that happens. Please, everyone, trust me. And I'm only speaking hypothetically now, if I knew or even suspected anybody on the station was intending to do physical harm to another, well, then I am required by law to notify the authorities, and in this case, that would be the marshal. I assure you, in my professional opinion, nobody on this station is currently contemplating violence against anybody else on station. Well, that is, except Dan and Dave Briggs, directed at one another, but that's normal for them, down here. Look, Doc, I appreciate what you're saying and all, but I need to look into this myself. It is my new job. And you should, and I'm not suggesting otherwise. And I'm happy if you want to add my last statement as part of your report that you need to file. I just know the animosity level between this group and Lawrence's, and I want to de-escalate where I can.
I'll get the paperwork started tomorrow morning when you come in, Zeke. Same procedure when, with the whole mix-up Fred and Dr. Rodney.
Oh, yay. We get to bring up that sucker-punching ghost what can't even die correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Honey, can we go over what you and Gable discussed? I'm still not comfortable staying in here for too long.
Right. I'm sorry. Right. Gable made the scheduled call this morning, albeit 10 minutes late. But he did confirm the map and the journal are absolutely connected.
Gee whiz, no fooling? How'd that come about?
Well, down here at the bottom of the handwritten notes, the letters MT that we all thought meant mountain. But turns out the navigator they have for the 3-person search party was named Mason Trueblood. Oh, fancy monogram he has. Could almost be a house dick cracking case with the rest of us, Seamus.
Or maybe a masked crime buster prowling the midnight streets, hunting down wrongdoers and setting things right with lightning-fast reflexes. Oh, you better be afraid. Be afraid of the dark.
Nerd. Sounds more like some farmer working his dad's fields to me. Chisel job, pretty boy type.
Fellas. Sorry, lawman, we're getting a little distracted over here. Please go on. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Gable did a handwriting analysis and confirmed it's his notations here on the right side. This was the map he used and the notes taken to locate the cave where the dead body was found.
Okay. I'm following so far, but are we sure that the man Westcott, or rather the body they found, and who was radioing in Dr. Wainwright's story, he in fact had Tesla's journal?
Gable said there was supposed to be a formal handoff of the journal to somebody at Palmer, where Stephen Lucchese's team were headed after leaving the dedication of Munson Scott and picking up a boat at McMurdo. But after the ship they were on took damage from the fire, the group never even made it to Palmer. They boarded a cruise ship that was nearby. Agents from Bolo and DARPA were there and followed the team, looking to take the journal. So they searched Lucchese and his staff's cabins, but they find nothing. Well, the news of Westcott's lifeboat disappearing and presumably sinking when the ship was temporarily evacuated was officially reported. So they think the journal is somewhere at the bottom of McMurdo Sound. Oh, but that egghead with the book scribbles my chiseler Eisenstein had survived and was put in an ice chest at the back of some cave on the side of some rock. Find the cave, find the journal. Oh, it's not a good tagline to say the cheerleader saved the world, but it plays. What? Nothing.
Okay, so, all we really have to do is call one of the researchers and just ask where they were.
Can't happen. They're all dead. Wait a minute, all of them? Every last one. Gable said each had an accident or died of illness between 2017 and 2018. Oh man, the odds of that are stupid impossible. So then DARPA murdered them.
Holy smokes. Wait, what about the folks on the rescue?
It's Gable. He's not scheduled to call. Gable?
Found the last researcher. Was hiding on a ranch outside of Cheyenne. I was updating her when we saw company approaching. DARPA. I know a safe house about a day's drive we can hide out in. If we can deal with the asshole behind us.
Tell him the frame. Check the frame.
Marlo, the frame. The key is in.
The frame? What about it?
Let's check it out. Anybody see anything?
Oh, here! In the back, at the bottom, there's a wood knot, and it has some play.
A secret compartment. Just like the cape I had a few years back. Found a real will of the murdered old geezer inside. It was a young floozy wife that did it. What is it, Kendra? What's inside?
It's small. Wrapped in fabric. Thermal, I think. It's a small microcassette. We need to hear what's on this.
Oh, nuts. There's one in the ARO lab, but it's broken. Dr. Hunt used it for dictating notes.
We can get the guys to work with Patrick and see about repairs. Hell, Annie's a whiz with small electronics and engineering. Them small woman fingers and all. Okay, we need to make repairing that analog recorder a priority. And we can't listen to what's on that anywhere but here. Once the repairs are completed, we'll figure out what's on this.
Hi, Brian Bradley here, creator of 90 Degrees South. We made a promise from day one. No ads. No awkward breaks for mattresses, meal kits, or magic racers, just story. Start to finish. That choice lets us keep you fully immersed in the world of 90 Degrees South. But it's not without cost. Producing a show like this takes time, gear, coffee, and a lot more coffee. If you love what we're doing and want to help us keep doing it ad-free, consider joining our Patreon. We're here because of you, and with your help, we'll stay right here, edge of the world, commercial-free, ready to entertain. You can find our Patreon page at patreon.com. Search for 90 Degrees South. To close, as we always do, we do want to thank our Patreons who joined at the end credits tier.
Nick Wolf, Monica David, Thomas Reisky,
Rob Burrell,
Boucher Brothers, Sledhammer, Dana Olson,
Eyes of a Tragedy, James Buck,
Josu Quinton, Jesse Schiemenauer,
Aaron Kulikin Dickman,
and L. Link. Thank you for your sponsorship. It helps and supports us in so many ways.
This has been 90 Degrees South. On behalf of the cast and crew, I'd like to thank you for listening. If you liked the episode and are enjoying the series, please remember to give us a like, a share, a tweet, send a raven, or review on iTunes, Audioboom, or your favorite podcast site. It helps us to get the word out and keeps the cold at bay. Until next time.
This has been a BMB production.